Hello, this is Jim Wright, and this is your Minute to Slim It. I'm sure by now you've had those unplanned junk days. It happens to all of us, so don't feel bad and don't feel like you're a failure, because it happens to all of us. It only becomes a very big issue when you keep having unplanned junk days. If you've had an unplanned junk day, get back up, dust yourself off, and let's have a healthy day today. But you know when you have those junk days, and maybe even when you have a planned junk day, you know that sometimes it really wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be. Waking up in the middle of the night after your junk meal, you are dry and thirsty, or you have a stomach ache. Or you've had that big junk meal, you thought, man, I'm going to enjoy this ice cream sundae, and you dive into it, and you're 3 or 4 bites into it and think, ugh, I don't really feel that great. Well, sometimes those junk days really aren't all they're cracked up to be. And in fact, if you're like me, it's far more fun to have a healthy day because you just feel better. But let me share with you a thought when it comes to discipline. Because sometimes we look at healthy days and say, oh, healthy days are horrible. But they're not. They're still easy and you feel much better. And then when we have those junk days, we realize the junk days are the days that are really horrible. And let me share with you a thought on your healthy days. If you're struggling with having healthy days, just remember this. An ounce of discipline weighs less than a ton of regret. An ounce of discipline weighs less than a ton of regret. You see, the next time you're tempted to have an unplanned junk day, stop for just a moment and remember that just an ounce of discipline weighs less than a ton of regret. If you go ahead and dive into those donuts on that unplanned junk day, you'll regret it. It would have been a whole lot easier to have had a little ounce of discipline and say no. And you know as well as I do that when you start having strings of unplanned junk days, the regret builds up more and more. So it's better just to have an ounce of discipline and say no and walk away than to wind up one day with a ton of regret. And that is today's Minute to Slim It.